So not only was this Sherman's headquarters at one point, it's also used as a hospital. It's right along the railroad line leading into Memphis. That's what makes it so important as you lead out of Memphis. Grange is where the garrison raiders are going to leave from too. Grant wants someone to create some trouble right in the South and kind of pull people away from Vicksburg. And so this area along the railroad close to Memphis is a strategic point during the Civil War. And this is why Sherman makes his headquarters in this home. So here is Woodlawn. Here is the house, the pillars, that Greek revival style, these columns, there's 8 of them. There's 4 on each side of the house. And it has that Federalist style to it with the point at the top and a beautiful balcony. There is depictions of Sherman standing out on this balcony. This would have been his headquarters while his troops were here. And the troops would have been intense out all over the land here. So we're going to get some better views of it and talk more about the utilization of this house during the Civil War in 1862. Now this is built in 1828. It was an old Chickasaw village, but it's named LaGrange for Lafayette's home, the Marquis de Lafayette. And his home in the south of France that he lives at from 1800 until when he dies in 1834 is named LaGrange. And so this town is named in honor of the Marquis de Lafayette and his home. And it's a major who is a veteran from the War of 1812, and he gets a land grant here as a reward for his help during that war. And he builds this Greek revival style antebellum home. And you're gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 pillars, the huge columns, and it looks very much like a terra or something along that nature. Now, federal troops are going to occupy LaGrange in 1862, and it's shortly after the Battle of Memphis when the Union will take the city of Memphis. But this becomes Western Tennessee's headquarters for General William Tecumseh Sherman, and he's here while he plans for the march to Atlanta. He's here before they take Vicksburg. Grant will give orders to the garrison raiders here. They leave from here to create some problems, create some trouble through Mississippi and Louisiana to pull them away from Vicksburg. They even think Grant visited the home here, giving Sherman those orders and making sure, you know, the raiders were going to leave from here, because those were all verbal orders, because Grant didn't want any of that caught or confiscated or found. So I'll show you some from the front of the house. We'll walk around the house. I'll show you some stuff inside the house. And there is even a historic marker out front. You see behind me the marker for Woodlawn, and this points towards the house. House was built 1828. Major Charles Mickey, a veteran of the War of 1812, during the war between the states, the Civil War. It was for a time headquarters of Major General William Tecumseh Sherman of the Federal Army. It was also several times occupied by both sides as a hospital. But this is the marker along Route 57, straight shot from here to Memphis. So here I am, here's the house behind me, but you can see as if you rode up, it would bring you right up here, be a light, a gas light for you to be in front of the house. And then as you rode up, you could tie your horse here, and there's a carriage stone. So you can see the carriage stone for women and men to get up into the carriage. You stand on that carriage stone, and then of course leading up to Woodlawn. Can you imagine Grant coming in the front door and being received here in this music room? Like he's going to be received here before maybe Sherman would come down and talk to him here. Maybe they go into the dining room and have something to eat. But this more than likely would be the room where they first talk and confer. He can relax, he can take his boots off. So it's so neat to actually be in this room. Now it's the music room today, a lounge room. It has a piano, it has a harp, it has a puzzle, another piano over here, and a really great replica of what the area would have looked like with Sherman here and all the men camped out. So interesting. And if you're into ghost stories, the owner has told me some ghost stories here, and there is activity in this house. And per her recollection, what she says is she was playing piano here, and she looked over, and in that chair right there, she saw a man with a gray hat. Now, she doesn't know much about history, so she asked somebody, what would a man with a gray hat be sitting there? And they said probably a Confederate. Now, 1862, are we into, for sure, identifying the uniforms of the Civil War? It's getting there. But she claims to have seen someone sitting in that chair while she was playing piano. So she says a lot of activity is downstairs in this house. So if you're interested in that sort of thing and you want to stay in this house or immerse yourself in that kind of history and stories, it's here for you. It's waiting for you. So this would have been Sherman's room. And the lady who owns it said this might actually have been his furniture too. Because this furniture is original. But look. This is when it was his headquarters. How neat is that? So these doors are the side doors of the house. And these side doors lead to a beautiful porch, right? These southern porches. And when you come in, there's a wonderful staircase here. You walk in and there's a beautiful staircase here. And they say the nurses would go up and down these stairs and their feet have hit these stairs so many times, the nurses taking care of the sick soldiers when this was used as a hospital. These two doggies, these are the two southern doggies. No. It's like the north and the south. But this staircase is the back stairs. And we'll go up these stairs and I'll show you the room, what looks like would have been a hospital room, with many beds inside. So let's go up there. So back from Sherman's room, this is Sherman's room here. You come through this hallway, and this room looks like it would have been a hospital room. Now it's a great room. Again, she rents this out, Airbnb or for weddings. And this is a great room for lots of people to stay in, which would make it a great room for hospitals, for men to have been here and to be nursed back to health. So you can definitely tell this would have been a fantastic hospital room. Well, all the nurses would have gone up and down. All of Sherman's men would have been camped out here on the land of Woodlawn, and they still own all this land all the way out here to 118. And so all the men would have been camped out here. And they say hundreds, if not thousands of troops camped here, both Union and Confederate. There's also a jail in the bottom where you would hold some of the unruly people during that time. Today, it is owned by an entrepreneur who you can use this as an Airbnb. You can rent this out for weddings. If you want to immerse yourself in history, it's available to you to come and visit and to stay. I hope you enjoyed that tour of Woodlawn today. I hope if you ever get a chance to visit LaGrange, Tennessee, or stay here or visit here, you can immerse yourself with Civil War history. Walk down the same steps Sherman walked, looked in the same bedrooms, or even sleep in the same bedroom that Sherman slept in. On to my next Walk with History.
There's a blue couch in a green room and a couple dozen beers. There's a jukebox where I'll meet you.